Nazrin, time diorang sharing aku boleh je kan tutup kamera kan? Boleh kan? Tak dengar. Dah start dah.
Oh, bukan dah live guys?
Dah. Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll begin our program shortly. Before we begin, there are a couple of housekeeping announcements. Firstly, the attendance link is pinned in the chat box. Participants may click on the link to fill in your attendance form to receive the certificate of participation. Secondly, for a better view of this webinar, we'd advise everyone to change your view to side-by-side speaker view. Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yang Berusaha Dr. Prasanna Ramakrishnan, Head of Department Information Technology Services Division, UITM. Head of this program, Encik Muhammad Nazrin Izzat bin Abdul Rahman. Our esteemed honorable speakers, Mr. Wan Iqbal Ismail bin Wan Kamal, Mrs. Nadia Yasliza binti Muhammad Taib, Mr. Muhammad Khairi bin Razid. The organizing committee led by UITM Master Computer Science students, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning to everyone. It is my pleasure to welcome all the participants to this webinar, NFT Between Art and Commodity, organized by the Master of Science Computer CS 707, Faculty of Computer and Mathematical Science, UITM. My name is Putri Amira binti Azhar, student from UITM Master of Science Computer, and I'm your MC for today. Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, before we move on, let us begin with the recitation of Dua that will be led by Saudara Muhammad Syakirin bin Samin. Over to you, Saudara Syakirin.
Thank you, MC. إلى حضرة سيدنا نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم سر الفاتحة. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Ya Allah, ya Tuhan kami, Tuhan yang maha segala sekali yang ada di langit dan di bumi, ya Allah. Kami mohon kepadamu, ya Allah, pada hari ini, ya Allah, bersempena program webinar NFT Between Art and Commodity. Ini pada hari ini kami mohon inayah dan taufikmu, ya Allah. Engkau permudahkan dan lancarkanlah perjalanan program kami pada hari ini, ya Allah. Ya Allah, semuanya setiap nikmat kurniaan-Mu terhadap kami adalah tidak ternilai, Ya Allah. Jadikanlah kami hamba-Mu yang sentiasa bersyukur sama ada nikmat yang sedikit, lebih-lebih lagi nikmat yang melimpah ruah kepada kami, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. Sesungguhnya Engkau Maha mengetahui bahawa kami di sini ingin menimba ilmu-Mu yang sangat luas bagi mengembangkan potensi kami sebagai hamba-Mu yang Engkau redai, Ya Allah. Justru itu, Ya Allah, berkati dan rahmatilah program kami pada hari ini, Ya Allah. Kurniakanlah kepada kami ilmu-Mu, sinarilah hati-hati kami dengan cahaya hidayah-Mu. Semoga dengannya kami dapat menerima dan menghayati serta mengamalkan segala ilmu yang kami pelajari, Ya Allah. اللهم اجعلنا هذا جمعنا هذا جمعا مرحوما وتفرقنا من بعده تفرقا معصوما ولا تجعل اللهم فينا ولا معنا ولا ما يتبعون شقيا ولا مترونا ولا محروما. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا ولإخواننا الذين سبقونا بالإيمان ولا تجعل في قلوبنا غلا للذين آمنوا ربنا إنك رؤوف رحيم. اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. آمين يا رب العالمين. اللهم آمين.
Amin, amin, ya Rabbal Alamin. Thank you to Saudara Muhammad Shakir bin Samin for the recitation of dua just now. It is hoped that our webinar will be in his blessing, inshallah. Esteemed speakers, ladies and gentlemen, the aim of this webinar is to educate the people about NFT and give them a basic understanding of it. Learn about the place of NFT technology and digital money in Malaysia industry, the development of bilateral network between Malaysia educational institutions and the industry forerunners in NFT and digital currency. For today's webinar, we'll be having a talk entitled Webinar NFT Between Art and Community by the Honorable Speaker, Mr. Wan Iqbal Ismail bin Wan Kamal, Mrs. Nadia Yasliza binti Muhammad Ta'im, and lastly, Mr. Muhammad Khairi bin Razin, who are well experienced in these NFT fields to provide a true explanation of the qualification required and the necessary knowledge to become one. We will then wrap up the session with Q&A from the audience. We are also going to have our photo session together with the all speakers and participants. So be ready with your sweetest smiles, everyone. Esteemed speakers, ladies and gentlemen, it is now the time to hear the welcoming speech from our beloved lecturer. Please welcome Dr. Prasanna Ramakrishnan to deliver her speech. Over to you, Doctor. The floor is yours.
Thank you to our Master of Ceremony, the MC today, Putri Amira. Very good morning to everyone. I would like to thank to each and everyone here today for being attending this seminar. And I also would like to thank our respected speakers for today, Mr. Wan Iqbal, Mrs. Nadia, and also Mr. Muhammad Kari for being here with us. This webinar is conducted by Master of Computer Science students, CS 707, from the Faculty of Computer and Mathematical Sciences, UITM Sharlam, with the title of NFT Between Art and Commodity. Today's webinar will touch on digital currency, which is the electronic form of real-world money, and NFT, which is the piece of digital information. So the main objective of this webinar is to provide exposure on digital currency and NFT to the students and also our fellow community. Through this webinar, I hope that everyone can benefit from the experience and knowledge that will be shared by our speakers. We can learn the current trend on digital currency and also the NFT technology from the industry in Malaysia. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to our speakers for their willingness to share their knowledge and experience, and also to our committee, the students, for their effort in organizing today's webinar. I hope that today's webinar and sharing will give better understanding related to the NFT. Sit back and enjoy the webinar. Thank you to all.
Thank you, Dr. Prasanna, for the remarkable speech. Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to share a montage presentation with everyone now. Hope you enjoy the presentation. Over to you, technical team. Distinguished speakers, ladies and gentlemen, before we begin our webinar session, we are going to have a photo session with our lecturer, speakers, and all the participants. So you may open your camera first. Okay, over to you, multimedia team. Get ready, everyone. 3, 2, 1. Okay, great. Thank you to multimedia team and thank you, everyone. Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, for your information, NFT stands for non-fungible token. It is generally built using the same kind of programming as cryptocurrency like Bitcoin or Ethereum, but that's where the similarity ends. NFT is a digital asset that represent real-world objects like art, music, in-games items, and videos. They are bought and sold online, frequently with cryptocurrency, and they are generally encoded with the same underlying software as many cryptos. However, it is best if we could picture clearly what these NFT are all about, which is why we have invited the three honorable speakers with tremendous experience to share with us. We will start our webinar with the talk by Mr. Wan Iqbal and followed by Mr. Nadia Yasliza. And lastly will be Mr. Muhammad Khairi bin Razid. Each speaker will be speak for about range 35 until 40 minutes, which will then be followed with a Q&A session after all speakers had done their sharing. So all participants are welcome to ask questions in the chat box during the talk. Before we begin, allow me to introduce our first speaker, Mr. Wan Iqbal Ismat bin Wan Kamal, or known as Badab. He is a Malaysian cybersecurity professional who also teaches data recovery and forensics. He is well known for his involvement with Malaysia Global Threat Intelligence and ROSEC Malaysia as a co-founder, Cybersecurity Malaysia Community. Since 2017, he had also led a cryptocurrency that focused on crypto trading, crypto mining, and NFT. He also graduated with a bachelor degree of information technology in network computing from Open University Malaysia. Good morning, Mr. Iqbal. How are you today?
Iqbal, please unmute your mic first, Iqbal.
Sorry. Thank you for
Hi.
thank you for calling out my
Hi,
name.
Mr. Iqbal.
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
How are you? I'm fine. Okay, we are so glad that you could be here today. So can you share your experience in NFT field? So without further ado, I would like to invite our first speaker, Mr. Iqbal, to share his experience and insight in becoming one of NFT person. Ladies and gents, please welcome Mr. Iqbal.
Thank you, Putri Amira. First thing first, I would like to show my gratitude to all the UITM committees members, as well as the lecturers who are actually very good in advocating people, especially in blockchain technology and also cryptocurrency and also NFT as a whole. A big claps to you. A big applause for all of you and the effort that you guys made. Thank you for having us as well. Okay, so now before I go further, I just want to tell you guys about something like history about be it. But before I go further with that, I just want to state this out. Before I venturing myself in NFT, I was in cryptocurrency world since 2016. Since then, I started my journey exploring cryptocurrency and also learning about blockchain technology. And during that time, I also held several kind of trainings, educating people in terms of giving them awareness about cryptocurrency, and let them know about the risk of investing in cryptocurrency, and yeah, and that's all about it. But when I talk about venturing NFT, it all started last year, back in October 21. Okay. And Babe NFT actually consists of three core team members, which is Jay, Nazar, and I. Jay is actually our NFT artist. Okay. He loved illustrating. He loved drawing. He loved doing graphic designing. He been doing this for many years. We know each other since 2008. We are actually a best friends, three of us. And then we putting trust to one another. Yeah, so since that we are best friends, right? So there's no issue about trust. And if I can recall back in 2004, 2021 last year, April, Ishad had come up with an idea to create a local NFT marketplace, which was known as Montage.io. And then I myself know Ishad personally, since that we had been talking about cryptocurrency, NFT, and those kind of awareness on Clubhouse. So those days in 21, 20, and we had a pandemic of COVID-19. So most people are not really, what we call it, going out, and then everybody else were staying at home, and then those are the place that we used to chill together. And then when he started creating NFT marketplace, which is Pentas, I keep on talking about Pentas.io marketplace on my social medias. And then one day, Jay saw my post and asking about what is this, how can I venture myself in NFT and so on. And then I personally told him that, okay, why don't we come up with, let's say, a virtual what we call it, seminar, something like that, and then we can educate to the public. Okay, let's do it again. And then I told him that I know Mo personally. Okay, Mo is one of the co-founders in Pentas as well. So I invited Mo to join us, okay, as a panelist, and then we created the seminar online. And I believe there was a lot of participants that joined in that particular session. We had a very good talk, and then a few weeks later, Jay approached me and asked me to join the team as a CTO, focusing on technology and security. Alongside with me as well was Nazar. He is one of the BM NFT web developers and also one of the core team members. Um, then we officially started forming the team in November 2021. Yep. And each one of us has our own specialty and expertise in a specific field. Like myself in technology and cryptocurrency and cybersecurity, whereas Munje with his creative thinking in illustrating, drawing, and graphic designing, and Nazar with his experience developing a web application in UI and UX. So as of today, we already have we have added another 3 staff, which and each one of them has specific roles and tasks, focusing on community engagement, both physically and virtually, as well as gaming development. Besides that, in order for us to move further, we think that we will start hiring more people, especially in community work, Web3 and blockchain development. Yeah, I think that's all about it. Over to you, Putri.
Okay. So wait, Mr. Iqbal, do you have any slide to share with us?
Do I mean, were you referring to the slides like about NFT and so on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
NFT slide or beret slide?
It's okay.
Beret
It
slide
depends on you.
I don't think beret slide is quite appropriate because beret slide is something like not a public education. Is supposed to be, you know, something like a collaborations kind of way, collaboration of engagement and so on. So I would think that we will go for the slide that you shared with us. Okay. Where's the share button? Oh, here. Okay. Can you guys see the screen?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes, Mr. Iqbal.
All right, cool. Okay. So this is the first slide. Okay. So let me go to the what is cryptocurrency all about. Okay, I believe most of us know about cryptocurrencies. Just that I don't want to go more detail about this too much. Cryptocurrency is actually a digital currency. We call it as a digital asset, and it is designed to work as a medium of exchange. Can be treated. It's not something that we can hold physically. Yeah, it has its own implicit value. Okay. And also behind of this cryptocurrency, there is a technology behind it. Definitely, we call it as blockchain technology. It also uses cryptography to secure and verify transactions, as well as controlling the creation of the uniques for that particular digital currency. For example, that we know, everybody know about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is actually the first cryptocurrency since 2009, and also there's no people govern it. There's no people behind it, like for example a middleman that can control it. It is actually based on the proof of work mining technology algorithm. It actually what we call it, it's not something like there is a middleman between it, because this is actually based on the SHA-256 cryptographic hash functions. And this is not something like there is a people write a code to get this done, because in order for them to validate the transactions, it requires electricity to perform those kind of transaction, which is a mining machine. Okay, so this is also, we call it as a fungible token, which is not backed by certain digital asset like pictures, video, and so on. Is actually a fungible token whereby Bitcoin is statically mapped to Bitcoin, and it's not really mapped to any specific digital asset like pictures and so on. So we call this cryptocurrency as a fungible token. Okay. And what is a blockchain? Blockchain can be typically treated as a database, but it is a shared database, and also it has a different the way that it stores information is quite different than what we call it, than the typical database, because this is something like when you what we call it, store any data, it has its own block, okay, and then it linked together through cryptographic functions. So this is what blockchain all about. Okay. Okay, how does a blockchain work? I just want to give you some example. I didn't want to go too detail for easier for you to understand. Let's say Ali wants to send a crypto or token to Putri Amira, okay, and then the transaction is represented online as a block. Then this block gets distributed across the network. Okay. Then the network verifies this transaction and check whether is it valid transaction or not valid. So if it is valid, the new block will be added or stored on to the change. Okay, particularly it could be a blockchain, like for example Bitcoin change, Binance change, Solana chain, and so on. So reconciling across the network, and it will create a permanent record in the database ledger. Then Ali's managed, okay, or proven that is able to record the ownership of the crypto or token that move to the to Putri Amira. So as simple as that. Okay. So what is smart contract? Okay, is a smart contract is actually a piece of code that is capable of self executing, okay, within a contract, and delivers the outcome once the preset conditions are met. Okay, so this code, it helps to facilitate verify. Sorry, because I got interruption just now. My daughter keep calling me. Sorry. Okay, I'm looking at it. Okay, bye. Sorry. Sorry
okay.
for the
It's okay, Mr.
It's okay.
Iqbal.
for the hiccups. Okay, so back to the smart contract. What is it all about? So it's just smart contract is actually a piece of code. Okay, so smart contract can be written by people, by developer. Is then it can do many things. It has its own functions depending on what requirements that is required, what kind of use cases that the developers want to are looking for. That could be beneficial to the holders or beneficial to community. So basically, this code is actually has its own preset conditions in order to fulfill any contractual obligation two or more parties, I would say. Okay, so with this, it allows users or exchanges anything regardless of its value effectively without the need of the middleman, I would say. And also it keeps the exchange of goods like NFT or any other services completely fair and conflict free, as the contract that will only execute once or both parties. Both parties. So this is what smart contract is all about. Okay. Gas fee. Okay, gas fee. This is okay. If you're talking about the conventional, not conventional, I would say the norm thing that for most people that who has their own crypto wallets, like for example MetaMask or Trust Wallet and some other cold wallet. Okay, they can they often see this gas fee when they try to buy things. Okay, through this wallet, they can see it, and it can be it is adjustable depending on the what we call it, depending on their requirements. For example, that they want to have a very speedy kind of transactions, they can leverage, or they can use the so-called gas mechanism, okay, to increase the gas in order for them to get the fast transaction. And at the same time, if we're talking about NFT, they normally there will be an what we call it, a case. You often we see this kind of case whereby you often to see what we call it, a gas war, whereby many users, I would say maybe that like 2,000 users are aiming for one specific NFT, and you will shall see that the gas war is increasing by itself, which is generated automatically. So this is a bit we call it as a gas war. Okay, but for gas fee, normally it helps people to speed up the transaction, and you can also adjust this based on your requirements. Okay, talking about wallets, there are about two wallets. The first one are what we call it, hot wallet, and another one is cold wallet. I want to touch a bit about security in terms of this wallet. Hot wallet is actually the one that we we don't really hold the secret key and so on. For example, that if you registering yourself in Luno Exchange, for example, one of the well-known cryptocurrency exchanges in Malaysia and Southeast Asia, you should be able to see you have your wallet, but you don't see the what call it a seed phrase or crypto or private key. That means this is considered as a hot wallet. Okay. Similarly, like what we call it MetaMask, this is still considered under hot wallet, even though that you can see the seed phrase and the security private key. Um, these are actually most common crypto wallets, and is quite simple to use, and it's very easy to set up. Um, this is actually what this kind of wallet is prone to what we call it, prone to attacks, um, like phishing attacks, what we call it, smart contract attack, and so on. So hot wallet is actually yes, it is easy to use, but it also prone to attacks. But if let's say that you have a large of amount of crypto token, you can also use a cold wallet, which is a cold wallet is actually a physical wallet or hardware wallet, we call it, and it actually a storage whereby you can keep your cryptocurrency or token completely offline. It looks similarly like a USB drive. Okay. So these are the samples of the wallets, like for example, MetaMask, and some of the core wallet like Trezor and Ledger. Okay. All right. What is an NFT? NFT is non-fungible tokens. It, as what I mentioned earlier, cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin is a fungible token. Okay, so the NFT is non-fungible token. It also represents an ownership of unique specific items, like for example, land or digital estate, or like digital collectibles, music, what we call it, grant, wherever it is. Okay, and the most interesting part is that NFT, if let's say that you have a physical house and you want to sell your house online, maybe you can use NFT as a medium for you to sell it to other people, not just in Malaysia. Maybe you can sell it worldwide, and the other people can see that you're selling your digital properties. Sorry, not your physical properties through NFT. So NFT can be as well. You can use it as a and treat it as a what we call a grant of your house. So it depends on your requirements. You can do many things with NFT basically. So as this is very simple part, okay, simple concept, okay. Non-fungible token, it cannot be a chain and it cannot be split up, and you know, Bitcoin or fungible token, okay, it is actually aesthetically driven kind of what we call it, uh, um technology in terms of cryptocurrencies, okay, statically driven with the Bitcoin equal to Bitcoin. It cannot be represent to anything, okay. And these are actually the types of NFT, as what you can see here on the left hand side at the top, collectibles. This is some sort of example of collectibles, and the artwork, bottom down on the left hand side, a sample of artwork and some of the visual assets that can be seen, okay, that can be checked out on Decentraland and some other few marketplaces, okay, which for virtual asset. And OpenSea, if I'm not mistaken, you can also have a look on the OpenSea as well. Okay, they are selling virtual asset as well there. OpenSea is actually a NFT marketplace. Okay. So what is minting? Okay, minting basically refers to the process of turning digital file, like for example, what we call it, picture, music, okay, okay, which is this one is to be transformed, okay, into a part of the blockchain. For example, Ethereum, Binance, and so on. So when we try to when people saying that they are going to mint or anything, basically they are aiming to start minting their artworks to any NFT marketplace. This is what minting all about. So this kind of what do you call it, digital file, uh, video, pictures, and some other things is actually a tamper proof, and it immune to any modification of and basically you cannot simply tamper it. Okay, because once you mint it in the blockchain, is there permanently, and you can simply dig it out and try to modify it. Okay, um, just like the process of creating coins. Yes, for example, like it is process the same process like creating coins through minting. So so basically NFT is an addition to a blockchain, okay, which is known as minting. If we talking about the cryptocurrency, like for example Bitcoin, Ethereum, and so on, okay, this is actually backed by blockchain. Yes, but when it comes to NFT also backed by blockchain. So it's just that NFT is actually representing certain what do you call it, blockchain technology. Okay, like for example blockchain like Binance, Ethereum, and so on. Okay, so typical kind of buying NFT. Okay, one of the ways that people often go to, okay, is actually a public sales, whereby if the NFT creator like Rochepang, that if let's say that he wants to so-called start minting, okay, everything is depending on him whether he wants to go for public sale or a private sale. Public sale is something like they will announce the specific day and time, and then they will also announce how many supplies of an NFT that they're going to mint. Okay, and people and the people or the communities or the public can easily go to NFT marketplace. Okay, Rochepang NFT account, like for example in Montage. Okay, everybody can go there and then simply buy or purchase the NFT in that particular marketplace. And also that we're talking about the whitelist, okay, private sale. Normally, the creator, okay, for example, Nadia or Nimiya, she has a lot of what we call it? She has a lot of traction across the globe. Maybe about 10,000 are looking for her NFT, okay, at one time. So she had no choice. She have no choice. She have to introduce a whitelist. A whitelist is considered a private listing, or whereby it giving you a priority and given to you a slot for you to buy one specific NFT. Okay. For example, Putri Amira is looking to buy Nimiya or Nadia NFT. So Nimiya said, okay, in order for you to go for private whitelist from me, you have to do a specific task, or you have to do a specific quest. For example, okay, what quest for you, Putri Amira? Okay, Putri Amira, please have a look on my cat. I'm leaving my house for a week, something like that, or something like that. Okay, for example, okay, and then you are entitled to have this whitelist. I will give you one slot of NFT, okay, of my NFT. Okay, so that is something like a private whitelisting or whitelist or early access. Okay, so rather than for you to wait and that we may lead you to what we call it that we may lead you to some like frustration kind of feelings. Okay, because 2,000 or 10,000 users are aiming for one specific NFT. Instead, you can go to early access or private whitelisting, which is whitelist. Okay, and then you can simply no need to queue up, and then you given to you. I mean, Nimiya will give you the this kind of priority. So as simple as that. And also people sometimes, or NFT creators are looking are maybe creating a raffles. A raffle is like where people put their names to join a contest or giveaway. Okay, the developer or the NFT creator, like for Rochepang, that if let's say that he wants to create one giveaway or contest, he will go with raffles. So then everybody who are participating in that particular session, they can put their names, and then Rochepang or Key, we put the names in the raffle, and then they will go. He will spin it, and he will receive. He can see the winners, and he will announce it on his social medias, like for example, Twitter, Instagram, and so on. And there is some sort of like types of minting NFT project. Actually, there are many kind of type of minting project, but this is actually most common ones. Okay. Am I speaking too fast or am I speaking too slow, guys?
It's okay, Mr. Iqbal. You can proceed with next slide.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
You have 10 minutes more.
All right. So this is actually one of the example of an NFT marketplace that people normally go, like OpenSea, Raribles, Solana, and Pentas or Solsea. Okay, you can have a look on each of these NFT marketplace, and maybe you can differentiate the theme for each one of it. For example, Pentas.io is actually empowering the heritage, cultural kind of fine artists. So if you have a look on Pentas, and the first thing first that you shall see is actually more like heritage or cultural kind of NFT creators that often seen via Spotlight. The most common thing for NFT project, most of the NFT project, they will have their own Discord channel, social media like Twitter and Instagram. These three, not saying that compulsory, but the most important things to have, because without this kind of medium, there will be no other way or easiest way for you to engage with your community, because NFT is about community, not just NFT, I would say, but cryptocurrency as well. So without the community, the project would not go higher as the best level. Okay, so these are actually most of often engagement social media medium. Okay, for NFT. And also you have to be careful on the about the risk of NFT. Most of the NFT project not I would say most of it, but I would say some of the NFT project are scams. Okay, so there is a way for bad guys or to scam you. Sometimes they give you what we call it, they will give you for example, they want to promise something that is very too good to be true. Okay, when things too good to be true, that the potential of the rug pull projects of scam is quite high. So for you to have the or investing in NFT, the first thing first is to have your own due diligence. You have to do your own research. Um, some people quite particular about what we call it, doxing, or I see, like, for example, like knowing the backgrounds of each of the NFT creators, who is behind the NFT, who is behind of these developers of this NFT project, and so on. So if let's say that you are really particular about this, you go for it, and then wherever due diligence you made, okay, make sure that you're confident and confident on it. And if you're confident, you can go for it. But also you have to be careful on wherever you put in NFT, whatever invest in what kind of amount that you want to invest in, is something like you put that on based on your risk. So basically, if talking about the channel of mediums, it could be anywhere. It could be like, for example, in Discord channel, could be on Twitter, could be on Instagram. Okay, some but also, if let's say that you are actually able to enter one specific project, for example, any project in Pentas, okay, and you see a lot of communities, a lot of activities there, And sometimes you might be receiving a lot of DMs or private direct message and asking you to go to another servers. So you have to be careful on that. Just make sure that you turn off your direct message, what we call it, function on your Discord channel. Okay. Similarly, if you are too active in Twitter, please do not easily fall into traps, especially for those people that DMing you or direct message you through Twitter as well. So make sure that you study about their background, study about their profiles, and make sure they are legitimate users. And that's all about it. Okay. And also, do not trust any personal message like claiming that you want any early access, like for example, whitelist to another project, because a lot of cases that receiving that people got into scam, like their MetaMask wallet or their, what we call it, their wallet been compromised because they click on the links that is sent to them. So whatever links or whatever kind of phishing attacks, or you have to make sure that you have to be careful on it, because I would say that on internet, okay, you cannot simply trust anybody. Okay, please do not trust anybody who are actually try to interacting with you in the first place. Okay. And also, since that if you have your own MetaMask wallet and some Trust wallet kind of wallets, or okay, we'll say cold wallets, make sure that you do not share your wallet seed phrase or your private key to anyone at all, including your your brothers or sisters or your relative. Okay. So, talking about future of NFT, um, we often been told about metaverse. We also know, some of us might be knowing about what do you call it, virtual estate or virtual digital properties. Okay, and something like the NFT can be used as a ticket for you to enter to join a concert or to join any road shows. And also it has its own what do you call it, use cases of giving you an exclusivity of to join as a member. Okay, to maybe if you have this NFT, you can get access to any shops, and you can also enjoy a discounted price at specific retailers or so on, something like that. uh, the NFT is not just, I would say that this is a future NFT, but because as what you can see right now, this is already happening. This is already happening. As for example, just now, which is 2 days ago, I attended Tun Mahathir what Malam Aspirasi Negara in located in the mines. The good thing is they are selling NFT, and for those people that who are buying Tun Mahathir NFT are entitled to sit down together with Tun Mahathir for, if I'm mistaken, 1 or 2 hours, and also they are entitled to receive a physical gold and physical silver at the same time. For then this is quite, this is one of the example whereby people are given NFT as well, and also when they are buying NFT, they are entitled to specific privileges. Okay. So in this case, they are able to interact with Tun Mahathir one to one, okay, face to face. So this is one of the example, okay, of NFT. If talking about metaverse is quite new to me. It's quite new. It's just that metaverse is powered by Web3, Web 3.0. The Web 3.0 is actually quite new. A lot of things to offer, a lot of things that we can learn, a lot of things that we can explore. Because the first thing first, Web3, I believe it will be in high demand in coming years, because Web3 is actually a brand new things when it's quite trending in the past few months. People are starting to try are starting to look for a Web3 developer, and I see this quite a huge potential for the new graduates who are actually in scripting or in programming. So if let's say that they want to venture themselves in Web3, or Solidity or in the blockchain, I see it is a very good potential for them to explore in this. Okay, and also if you have a web, if you have this kind of skill set, and also that you can help the creators in creating their or developing their metaverse, it will be quite good in the for the future. Okay. So yep, I think next one. Okay, I think that's all for now. Anything? Any question? So yeah, over to you, Putri.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Iqbal, for your sharing. That is so informative sharing you have. So participants who would like to have any question to ask, you can simply write down on your chat box. So the question will be used for the Q&A session later. Okay. Distinguished speakers, ladies and gentlemen, we will move on to our next speaker, Ms. Nadia Yasliza, or known as Ms. Nimiya. Ms. Nimiya had graduated with bachelor degrees in Fine Art student from University of Mara Technology, UITM. She had a lot of passion in creating artworks for the upcoming years. Plus, she also a young artist that loved to express herself through her paintings and writings, but more importantly, seeking truth about life. She also had participated a lot of exhibitions to show her art since 2015. Good morning, Ms. Nimiya. How are you today?
Hi, Putri. Thank you so much as an MC for today. And also, I would like to shout out to Dr. Prasanna. Thank you so much for arranging this talk. I think this is really important, especially for our university students today. And for us, Roach Bang and also Bat 8 to be able to come here and talk. It is a little bit nerve-wracking, actually, but we will try our best to share as much as knowledge as possible so that the fellow audience can learn. And I think Mr. Iqbal have shared so much information about the technicalities, and for my part is more on the artist itself and my self journey, and how you can gain from it is, let's say that you're a creative person and you have no way of doing a project or big project, and all these things are really overwhelming to you, so you maybe can relate to me. So I would like to share slide, if you may.
Yeah. Please welcome, Ms. Nimiya. You can share your slide.
Okay, so that will be all right. I think there's a great maybe a short bio that you mentioned, Putri Amira. So I'm just going to go through the things that I've done before NFT, just to kind of tell the audience why I can achieve what I have today on the NFT scene, so that they don't feel pressured according to the level that they have. So I would like to just share with you. This is one of the artwork that I have on Pentas.io. Shout out to the collector as well. Okay, and so I actually just graduated from UiTM, and it's been a journey learning fine art in UiTM. Shout out to UiTM as well. My lecturers, Encik Fuad, Prof. Jai, have taught me a lot. And since I graduated from my university, I have achieved so many milestones in terms of exhibitions and whatnot, what fine art is required to achieve. But then, but I do not have any solo exhibition before. Have yet to have one, maybe soon, I don't know. But it's more on the group exhibitions. And yes, and I was able to share with a lot of galleries, like used to have Gallery Chandan back then in Publica, but now they shut down, and Segaris and so on and so forth, and even exhibiting work in Penang. So I was able to share with a lot of galleries, like there's a sound. I can hear sound. Putri?
Yes.
I think I can hear my own voice.
Oh,
thank you so much. Yeah.
Maybe because you share your screen, I think
I see that.
maybe you can share only that slides.
I see. Okay, so no problem. All right. So moving forward, I became a little bit, very, very restless of being an exhibition shows. So I told myself that there must be some, more to exhibitions, more to, just collectors and relationship between collectors and also artists. So I actually went a lot of places and try out my creative, just venture out to express more and try out more mediums and try out more areas in the creative field. So I did a lot of workshops, and also if you see the photo on the right, is me actually working with Kadai.co. They do furnitures, but they also do art installations as well. It had taught me a lot in terms of working with other people and problem solving. So I appreciate that moment. And then I became, restless again. So I tried to, one of the school offered me a job for become a scenic artist in their school. So basically this school, they appreciate performing arts so much. Oh, sorry. Okay. Putri, are you there? Is everything okay? Is everything okay on your side?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, great. Okay, so so coming back to the story, this school, they appreciate performing arts so much, and coming from my school, Common Bukit Nanas, I was a bit blown away by how much they appreciate performing arts, and I was like, oh, okay, they can do shows like the theater performance, and people are actually buying tickets to enjoy the show. So I'm glad to actually be able to make the props and decorate the stages because I learned a lot of things. Then what else? Okay, we have workshops, working with adults and working with children and working with teenagers is a different thing. It's a different level. So I think when this kind of thing, when I do workshops, I get to learn how to cater to their age when teaching art, especially people who don't have any art backgrounds at all. Yes, and then the big part of my life story is that I went to Ipoh. If you know the movie animation park studio, Niam dah shut down. It was closed down right after I left the site. I was one of the scenic artists there, and I handled one of the buildings and actually make the building comes to life with my peers. And it was so awesome because it was like 10 of us, 10 women working on the site, and it was such a great experience actually because we have to work under the sun and go on boom lift, and it's amazing. So then I came back to KL, and then looking for things to do again, and apparently one of the principal from this particular school called me up and they offered me a job. So they say, so Nimiya, are you interested in becoming a teacher? And I was blown away because that was not in my list at all to become one art teacher. So I took like a week to think about it because it's a huge, important role as an educator to be educating, especially art. So I took time to actually think about it, and I told myself, maybe it's a eye-opening, and I can, what are the ways that are better to share knowledge than being a teacher? So I accepted the job. And so going back to here, okay, so I Ipoh, KL, and I got the job as a teacher. So I've been working for 3 to 4 years now as a teacher, and it's a blessing. I would say I love my students. I love what I teach. I love how they engage with me. I'm learning as well from them. But then, of course, doing your personal work and also teaching is two different things. So as an artist, the artist in me is screaming, like I want to be able to make my personal works again, because like it or not, it's just bottling up and it's not healthy for me. I need to, venture outside to find ways again. But then I was thinking, like, if I were to join exhibitions, then I will need, extra time for that. And it's a whole new commitment to my students as well. So I found out about Montage.io. So how I found out about this is actually my one of my family. They mentioned this when we were just gathering at home. And they asked me like, Nimiya, do you know that you can sell JPEGs now and actually get money from it? I'm like, what? What JPEG? So, like any other people in the whole world, so you purchase JPEG and you get money. So meaning you are posting your art and you get money out of it if you get to sell it. And then I became really intrigued. I was like skeptical about it. I had a lot of opinions on social media. I couldn't believe it. So, but then I asked my peers of the fine art peers, who are, established artists outside to the galleries, and asked for their opinions and whatnot. So they are also, a bit skeptical because this thing is new. So everybody is still learning things about it, like how we are today. So I kind of, the inner me saying that I should be here, should understand what is NFT, and this is probably my platform to shine. And so I shut down all the social media around me. My Instagram, my Twitter is long gone. I have not touched my Twitter since 5 years, I think. And I shut down Facebook. I go on YouTube. I learn about NFT. I see the artist experience. I go on, I borrow my friend's book, learning about blockchain, because blockchain is a whole, it's a technology that I'm like, oh, really? They can do this? So I was really, really impressed with the technology itself. And but then I need to learn about crypto as well. So there's a lot of things for me to adapt at the same time, but I managed to learn slowly. And after I think about a month or two, I went on Montage.io. Actually, my friend, gave me some BNB, Binance Smart Chains coin, and actually I can start minting. So I was really grateful for my friend. He supported me and said, like, you know what, I think this would be great for you. So I did. So I went on to Montage.io and I minted my first artwork. This was my first artwork. This painting was actually exhibited in a show, but during the COVID pandemic time. And I was just doing this painting out of, just feeling it because this is a portrait of my spouse. And so then I joined the exhibition, but then it was done. So this painting is just left at the back of my room. And I said that, what am I going to do with this painting, right? I can keep it, but I'm pretty sure, it has value outside. So I minted this. I took a nice photo of this work and I minted this as my first Genesis on Montage.io. So I was still learning, what works, what is all these PFP profile photo project. I was still learning as I go. And I kind of, understood that, okay, I'm an artist. I will open up a profile and sell my artwork. I can use utility, put on utility on my artwork, but looking at other marketplaces like the international marketplaces like OpenSea, Foundation, they don't have that utility for artists. Meaning, you buy my JPEG and that's it. You store it in the chain. So let's say that Amira, you buy my artwork and that's it. You don't get a physical item from it at all. I know this is very hard to grasp because, like, how do we value art then, right? I want to be able to put it at my home and whatnot. But surprisingly, NFT is it's a game changer for that. And I'll talk about the benefits later on. So this was my first artwork, and this is a screenshot of my, later on artworks that I experimented as a fine artist who, this is a digital world. So I kind of expand and mix and match my traditional method on making artworks, and then I combined it with digital. So slowly I am learning from zero again, even though I have all the experience, and it's a fun learning process for me. So if you look here, this is actually my collection. And the best thing is that being on Montage.io, look at the UI is great because it's all very, very organized, and you can make it your artworks and put it into folders. For let's say like this Midnight Diary right here. If I click on Midnight Diary, I can see about 25 pieces, if I'm not mistaken, of my artworks that is under that theme. So it's fun. The good thing also about Montage.io, when I first joined, they were really, really new. I don't think we have reached 1 year again, huh, Rochpang? I don't think so. So yeah, it was great to see their progress of building the website along the way. So this was, a few of the artworks that I have on Pandas. Give me a second. Okay.
Miss Nimiya,
Yes, yes.
sorry, you have 10 minutes more to end
Okay,
your
okay, sure. I
presentation.
will go through really quick
Thank
about
you.
this. So this is
Okay.
the benefits of why would anybody buy JPEG at all, or sell JPEG and just store it on the computer and digitalize it? So I'm going to go through this really fast because this is quite important. Number one is access to global market. We know that all galleries, how many galleries we have in Malaysia? Very little. And for them to cater to a lot of artists is not enough. And you got to rotate the solo exhibition day by, months by months, right? But with NFT, you are able to experiment with the social mechanics. If last time we used to post our artwork on Instagram and just leave it there and there's no value in it and people can just appreciate it by, the small squares, then this is a great platform for us to, why not we post it, which is minting, and then sell it, you get money in return. So that is connected to monetization as well. So more secure, I would say, when we sell big paintings is very risky. And especially if you want to send out to your collectors outside international market, it is very, very risky transferring the physical. It must have a way, you have to wrap the painting properly and especially sculpture. So it's redundant as well. And you will require a lot of money for shipping. That's another thing that we, a big problem because it's very, very, very costly. Low entry barrier. Let me see. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go to lower entry barrier. So this is great because I know out there so many creative locals out there is craving for like me before, when I had my work and I just need to do an artwork and I need a platform for me to be able to share and sell and get money from it, right? So this will be great for new, smaller artists who is just, sharpening the skills and whatnot. This is a great platform for them to grow their portfolio. And not only that, connecting to access to global market, you can sell it internationally. So let's say Pantas.io, right? If I go to Pantas.io, but I live in, let's say, London, I still can buy your work, right? So it's good thing about NFT is that you can easy access to everybody in the whole wide world. Easy monetization is, of course, changing something into money. Like I said, social media, last time we used to just, share our work in Tumblr or Pinterest and we get nothing out of it. And artists are hungry, right? We need money to live and whatnot. So this is a great platform as well for them to grow, for them to earn. And even students right now, a lot of them are doing it. And so proud to see, I'm so proud to see that they are actually accepting this as a new technology and to be combined with their creative journey. So royalty receipt is very important because, when you share your work in the art gallery, you when you sell it to the first collector, and then let's say the collector is selling to the second collector, you won't get any royalty out of it. So that is how the real world works. But in NFT, you are able to actually, set your own royalty. And when, let's say, the first collector is selling to the second collector, you will get the amount of percentage that you set at first for the royalty. And this is a great way for the artist to actually, the artwork is still valuable to the artist itself. So it doesn't mean that if I sell it to you and that's yours, done, right? And of course, the sixth one is highly convenient. Highly convenient in terms of creating, selling, distributing, and it's a really great, a very natural, organic way for a collector and creator to be able to connect to each other in a more personal way. And I think this is great because we want the art that we do to be shared and to be felt by all over the world, right? And of course, talking about the target audience is a different story, but everyone will have a touch of your work if they see it, if you post it or share it on Twitter and whatnot. What else? Even the collectors of artwork, these are easy to acquire, exchange, share, and store. I know a collector who doesn't like to have all this physical work because the house is not big, right? So, but he is a lover of art. So where do he go? NFT. Okay, I think that sums it up. And yeah, community. That I will pass it on to Rochpan because he is great for it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Miss Nimiya, for your sharing, enlightening us with your sharing. There's a lot of new information that we all have gained from your sharing and your experience. Thank you, Miss Nimiya. Okay, once again, I would like to remind everyone to fill in the attendance in the chat box to receive the certificate of participation. And I would like to remind all the participants to turn off your microphone. Thank you. Distinguished speakers, ladies and gentlemen, we will move on to our last speaker, Mr. Muhammad Khairi bin Razid, or known as Roch Pang. Mr. Khairi worked in entertainment for 8 years in corporate and branding. He also completed his graphic design diploma at Management and Science University, MSU. He also participates in exhibitions such as NFT Makeup Weekly, Visiting NFT with the Real World, and others. Good morning, Mr. Khairi. How are you today?
Hello guys, morning. Good.
Okay, we are so glad that you could be here today to share your experience as one of NFT person. So you may share with audience how to begin creating NFT or your experience getting involved in NFT fields. Without further ado, I would like to invite our speaker to share his experience and insight in NFT. Ladies and gents, please welcome Mr. Khairi.
Thank you everyone. Thank you for having me and thank you for having us from Pentas. Kejap saya nak share screen. I will share screen.
You okay, Ki?
Mr. Khairi, are you okay?
I think he's troubleshooting some technicals.
Yeah,
So-
look on how to share the screen.
Okay. Can you see the share? Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Vic from Beret for covering most of everything about NFT. So I will cover most of the groundworks on how to get into NFT more deep. Kejap All right, guys. Sorry, guys, for being noob.
It's okay. It's okay. Take your time.
It's okay, Mr. Khairi. Just take your time.
All right. Can you guys see the slideshow? Is it clear? Or is it the speakers?
Yeah, clear. Mr. Khairi, we can see your presentation slide.
All right, guys. Rochepang is basically a collection of unique, almost more than 2,000 NFT living on Binance Smart Chains. BIC is a Binance Smart Chains, a Binance marketplace whereby there's this OpenSea, that the famous one that using Ethereum blockchain. If the creators or artists want to mint in Solana, that will be using Solana blockchain. What is Rochepang? Rochepang is basically a community-centric project. When we talk about community-driven, it means we are always empower each other. We have been building amazing stuff together. We're building amazing stuff together throughout live events, weekly meetup, spaces, workshop together, and more. Our vision is to develop the most influential brand that bridge the physical and digital world together, and owned by a network of individual empower people that always encourage and claps when everyone wins together. Sorry guys, I'm being nervous.
It's okay. Just take a deep breath.
I think we be fast good. Okay, next. Value for each project in NFT. In NFT project, you have to show something in order you want to get the attention from the public or community, or to get some sort of investor in our NFT space. People invest in your project to some invest for the love of the art, like Nimiya. Nimiya is a fine art artist, like doing one-on-one fine art. Like me and Bad Ape is collectibles. It's JPEG, like the famous one, Bored Ape Yacht Club and others. So Rochepang value is we always find a unique ways to bring the community together with our movement. We have been doing weekly gathering together where everyone is just connect and networking there, just having coffees, catching up, developing and collaboration and do magic together. So our first I think our first community project is a kickstart of School of NFT with Tiger Punks. Tiger Punk is a PhD teacher teaching in Kelantan for young asli kids in Perkampungan Sungai Rual. Imagine the kids, they are young. We are aiming to develop a young student whereby they will be the factor of production, or they will provide more resources by learning and mastering blockchain and Web3, including NFT. Like we already have 20 sessions of classes with the community together with the young asli kids. So far, I think all their artwork in pentas sold out, up to date. Yeah, they are minting a new artwork soon. The pink guy in the mask is the teacher. Yeah, this is all the young asli kids. I think we got 11 iPads from one of our collector that donating for free to add their resources to learn more on NFT and blockchain. Unofficial launchpad. Up to date, Rochepang has been collaborating with almost, I think more or less than 50 artists, including Indonesia. We have been connecting with Indonesia and Malaysia artists for collaboration and partnership. Everything works wonderfully where most of the collaboration is getting attention from the community. We aiming to get the new artists or new project to show their unique ways to get more awareness on the community. This is some part of the collaboration they are doing, like a tribute or a collaboration with Rochepang. There's one Naga as Roach is done by 12 years old kids, I get. As I'm not mistaken. Community centric. This is the very important part in NFT project, like Beats and Nimiya mentioned before. The community, imagine the community is like your audience, like your hype man. They will always hype your project. They will always shield your project. Shield Shield is the lingo in NFT space, which means share your project or sell your project. Imagine everyone from a various background. We got doctors, we got lawyers, we got teachers like Nimiya, and we got cybersecurity like Bits, and everyone empowering each other, like literally empowering each other without knowing the person in real life. Literally, boundaries. So I think NFT is yet to be explored by everyone. It is still not late like blockchain, blockchain and all the cryptocurrency is almost 10 years, but NFT is still new. So I think it's a very good opportunity and entry point for everyone to learn about it, since kita dah ada sharing like this and on Twitter, offline and online. Yep, this is part of our some sort of achievement. We got our first mural in international in Yogyakarta. The articles of Harian Metro is the community effort, whereby everyone masa banjir back in December, everyone is focusing on the banjir and on the flood disaster, and we're raising a donation almost 100k in ringgit within 3 hours, and everyone offline and online is helping everyone that affected by the flood, not in Selangor but Seremban, Pahang and anywhere else. So this is the weekly meetup, so we can see from smaller group to become a larger group. So this is all the community event. Oh, this is the wall. So that's about it. That's Roach Farm.
Okay, Mr. Kari, thank you very much, Kari, for enlightening us with your sharing. There's a lot of new information that we have gained from your sharing and experience. I got informed that Mr. Iqbal want to share his slide about bad app, right?
Yes.
You may share your slide.
Yeah, let me share now. Can you see the slides?
Yeah. Okay. Ladies and gents, please welcome Mr. Iqbal for to share you all about bad app.
Okay. Basically, Babe NFT is actually a collectibles kind of NFT, whereby people or user can use it as a profile picture, be it in Twitter, be it in Instagram, or anything. Okay, but let me share you about the journey of Babe NFT. Babe NFT is first it was sketches and produced in 2016, whereby Jay or Munze took initiative to start minting this NFT in October 21 as a pre-sale, and it has been sold out for the phase 1 until the phase 3. Okay, basically is actually at the facts for the past months, and the current valuation of a Babe NFT on the traded volume is about 570k in 5 months. Last, if I'm correct, updated in June 22. And also Babe NFT, for those people that who are purchasing a Babe NFT character, can enjoy perks, okay, from multiple sectors, like what we do. Basically, we are collaborating with the physical business owners, whereby they want to venturing in NFT, and with this and kind of initiative, it has its own mutual benefits to each parties, similarly to Babe NFT as well. And also we are fostering collaborations, okay, efforts between us and other collaborators, like what we did in the past, whereby we started collaborating with Rochepang, Oki, creating BAME NFT creators, okay, with some little bit of touch-ups that made by Rochepang, Oki, okay. And along the way, BAME NFT journey, we started gaining traction from the medias like in Era, FM, Sina Daily, Business in Asia, Suka TV, Vocatech, semuanya bola, and some other few other medias that featured BAME NFT from the beginning. And also we are, as what I mentioned earlier, we are fostering a collaboration and partnership. Okay, and most of our collaborators and our partners are actually from different countries, especially in Malaysia, Indonesia, and Singapore. And these are actually a list of fine artists and also which is NFT artists and also like physical business owners that already engaged with us and in collaborating with BAME NFT. Okay. And last but not least, we got an attention from celebrities. These are actually the celebrities that own a BAME NFT. As what you can see right now, a professional gamer like Daddy Hood, solos, actors like Shahrul Rizwan, Zizan Razak, like singers Fizo, Tizakia. Tizakia is also one of the NFT creator as well on Montage. You guys can have a look on her Twitter account. Tis something like Tizakia, something like that. And she also selling her own artworks on social media, for example, like Pentas.io marketplace. Okay. And one of the good thing is we were quite short because one of the famous Malaysian businessman like Pak Din Nasty, okay, Nasty worldwide. He is quite well known in Malaysia and also worldwide, across the globe. He willing to took initiative by collaborating with NFT because he believed that NFT blockchain technology is has a lot of has a lot of opportunity to explore, and he think that why don't they try to involve in NFT because there's nothing to lose. So quite very open kind of person he was in NFT because he actually loved to venture in these new things, especially in blockchain technology. And then last but not least, from from October until until May, we started receive a media traction across the globe, whereby over 1.5 million with unique visitors on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and website. And also we found that at least 85% of the users are the new users investing in BAME NFT, and the rest are the experienced ones. And also BAME NFT also do some active engagement with community, with the BAME community every month through our Ask Me Anything session. We also use that platform to circulate any announcement, news, and updates from BAME NFT team. Okay, that's all about it. Thank you. Over to you, Putri. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Mr. Iqbal. Thank you for enlightening us with your sharing about Bad App. Okay, so honorable speakers, ladies and gentlemen, now we have come to the Q&A session. To all the participants, if you have any question, you can write it in the chat box, or you can switch your microphone on to ask the question directly to the respective speaker. We will wait for questions. Okay, I see. Hi, I am Nashra. I have a question to Miss Nimiya. Are there any group of NFT people who can advise us on how to invest in NFT?
Hi, thank you for your question, Nashra, right? Are there any groups of NFT people who can advise us on how to invest? I think it's best for you to have a Twitter account because we are all there. And from there, I can probably recommend you to somebody. So it's best for you to follow my Twitter. Is that okay? Nashra, got a question. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay, for the second one from Nur Aisha Sadira. How to start investing with NFT as beginners, or what are the risks? Nashra, who speakers you want to assign? Want to ask for whom?
I think
Or
for this,
or any speakers? You can answer how to start investing with NFT as a beginner,
I think
or what
Barrett,
are the risks?
you can take this.
You yeah. Good question. How to start investing with NFT as a beginner? The first thing first, I always advocate users to understand what blockchain is, what is blockchain is all about, what are the use cases that can benefit the users, what are the risks investing in NFT, because as what I informed earlier, blockchain technology and NFT, there is a lot of things that can be explored, a lot of things to offer, and the risk of cryptocurrency or NFT is actually the risk of you losing money. Okay, and some of the NFTs or NFT creators, they promise a lot of things. They promise something that is not what we call it, logical at all. They are promised that everything should be to the moon all the time, but the reality, when you have a look on that particular project, there must be a criteria of the red flag kind of things, whereby maybe for example, I'm not saying that all NFT creators should be what we call it, visible and just remain anonymously. I'm not saying that, okay, because that is not the main indicator, but it's just that in order for you as an investor, you have to take your own initiative to find out who is actually behind that particular project. Because if you are not confident to that thing, okay, if you're not confident to that particular thing, I don't think that you will start investing on them. So and then another part is, wherever the NFT creators or any kind of projects that promise you something like it's not doable in the short term and the long term, okay, depending on their skill set, or depending on their ways on how they articulate things during AMA session and so on, or some of try to spot on something like a fishy stuff, whatever they promising and whatever they say on AMA. Just ask many questions as you like. Try to get as many information that you would love to. Okay, and the judgmental abilities definitely is actually depending on you. You have to have these judgmental abilities in you, uh, and also something like if they create a roadmap on their website, if they are not fulfilling to the roadmap as what is written in the website and so on, okay, they not is not a main indicator that the project is actually high risk or a scam, but you have to become more vigilant on that particular project, and also trying to get yourself in the community, like as what Pentas IO, Roshpang, and the rest of the team in the on Pentas or on social media like Twitter. Most of them are always talking about NFT project and so on, and some of them, or most of them, are also advocating people about how to get rid of the red flag project. So prior to investing to any NFT project, the risk is always there, regardless what kind of backgrounds that is behind of that particular project. The risk is always there. It's just that on how you can mitigate or reduce the risk as an investor. Hope that answers you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Iqbal, for sharing your answer. Okay, so next question from Muhammad Sharifuddin. Does pentas... Oh, wait. Okay, wait. Does Pentas IO artists are from Malaysia local, or there are also international artists as well? So maybe Mr. Khairi or Miss Nimiya?
Okay, I think I can for this. So going back to what I said before, NFT, equals to lower entry barrier where everybody can actually join. So including Pentas IO is an international, everybody can log into it. So to answer your question, there are international artists on board, but they are more locals now because they're still new. Thank you.
Oh, okay, thank you so much, Miss Nimiya. Okay, another one from Muhammad Taufiq. He would like to ask, can you all speakers assist them in setting up an NFT account? Can someone speakers share your answer? Mr. Muhammad Taufiq just now asked a question that can any speakers assist them in setting up NFT account after this webinar?
Yeah, definitely can. So we'll keep in touch.
Keep touch. Okay, thank you so much. So for the last one, I guess okay, it's from YouTube live chat. Ahmad Nur Azlin. He would like to ask, what is your comment on the copyright issue with NFT arts? What if people which is not owners, decided to copy, screenshot, or print the art NFT for personal uses? Would this jeopardize the NFT value?
Saya
Okay,
Mr.
Okay, Mr. Khairi. Okay.
I think it's not at all because macam everyone mentioned before this, NFT is backed by a unique token ID whereby you forever store in blockchain. So if you guys go for screenshot anything like Roach Pang artwork, Nimiya artwork, Bedip artwork, you guys can use it for personal use. But if you want to sell it or to flip it, there's no value on it because they owned by somebody with a unique token ID and a unique address, wallet address. Yeah.
I see. Thank you so much, Mr. Iqbal, Mr. Khairi, for sharing your answer. Okay, it was indeed very informative to know that for all the question and answer that have been sharing from our speakers. So distinguished speakers, ladies and gentlemen, it's like we have to come to the end of our webinar session. Unfortunately, we cannot entertain all the questions due to the constraints of time. On behalf of the faculty, we would like to convey our heartfelt thank you to all the invited speakers for gracing our webinar with your presence. We truly appreciate it, but I would like to share sebuah pantun yang ingin saya sampaikan dengan izin. So here it goes. Kendi diikat tepi perigi, tak akan jemu untuk berbakti. Budi tuan dan puan di sanjung tinggi, sudah terpaku di dalam hati. Berdayung sampan ke tanah semenanjung, hendak membeli tikalah rotan, budi dikenang bakti disanjung, kekal subur dalam ingatan. So thank you Mr. Wan Iqbal, Ms. Nimiya, Mr. Khairi from the bottom of our heart. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, before we end our program today, just a gentle reminder to all the participants. Kindly fill in the feedback form and that will be provided by scanning QR code displayed on the screen or at the chat box. So click it in the chat box to have provide your honest feedback. Please do not forget to fill in the attendance form as well and put in your full name to receive the certificate of participation. So before we end with our webinar session, we are going to have a last photo session. Sorry, with our lecturers, speakers, and all the participants. So over to you, multimedia team. Get ready. Okay, please open your camera, everyone. Okay. Okay, please open. Okay, we wait for 5 minutes more. Okay. Are you all ready? Okay. Okay. Wait for a second. There's still. Okay. I'm waiting 2 minutes more. Okay. Get ready, everyone. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Thank you, multimedia team, and thank you, everyone. Okay, on the note that we have come to the end of webinar today. On behalf of the faculty, once again, I would like to thank all the speakers and participants for making this webinar a success. It is indeed very meaningful to us. Until next time, this is your host, Putri Amira Beti Azahab, signing off. Thank you and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you for having
Goodbye,
us.
everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Assalamualaikum.
Thank you to the speaker.
Thank you, Dr. Prasanna.